Oh, lads, we are lied to about everything. If you haven't noticed already, we are lied to about everything. Everything. I'm not even exaggerating. Well, almost everything. Right? And this goes way, way back. This goes back. We're lied to from the day we come out of our mamas. We are lied to about even that, even before it even starts before, right? Now, here's the thing, like you grow up, right? And maybe you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s or so. I started having like this an awakening process around the age of 26 and so on, and this unraveling going on. And so you're at that certain age, and so you're trying to figure out like who you are right now, and then how to formulate a better life for yourself. Who do you want to be? How do you want to live from this moment on? But if you're really, really really want an awakening process and really see the lies and where it starts from and everything else, then having kids will do that to you. Because you sort of say to yourself, all right, I'm this guy, I'm this individual, I've been trying to figure out my life and the way I want to live and everything else, and who am I and what's my place and everything else. I want that for my kids. I don't want my kids to grow up in the same way I did. I want my kids to grow up, fully engulfed by the system. I want them to, be outside of that. And how do I raise based kids, right? That'll do it to you. And then you start looking into it. And I was very fortunate that my wife is also based. Like my wife's based. She's awake to a lot of this stuff. I told some of you guys on another video, on our second date, she's introducing me to Jung, Nietzsche. We're having conversations around the discussion of reality and everything else. And so she falls pregnant and she starts looking into what's the healthiest way, what's the best way to raise kids and all of this, right? And then we live in Cyprus. Cyprus had, I think they had the highest rates of C-section in the world. I'm pretty sure it's definitely at least Europe, right? And it's like, why? Why is that the case? All these doctors would be lying. They'd be lying to these women going, oh, there's a little issue, there's a little issue with his heartbeat. So, yeah, emergency C-section. Oh, your hips aren't wide enough. C-section. And it's like, they know they're lying. They know it's bollocks. They know it's so much better to have a natural birth than a C-section. Why? Because of money. That's some money, because they get paid. They would get thousands more per C-section. So they're just lying to these women all the time. And we were in the baby's born, right? The baby's born, and they're like, and they're trying to push on formula milk. They're trying to push formula milk to you instead of breastfeeding. And they know that how breast milk is is the greatest thing in the world, right? It's the greatest thing. Is that the babies born to breastfed, the breastfed babies, right? They're so much healthier, longer, further down the line, everything developmentally better, connection to the mum, yada yada yada. There's so many incredible benefits, and all these nurses and doctors know that. Why? There's no money in breast milk. There's no money in it. Right, so most of the time, it's all about following the money. And we're just lied to. So you've grown up and we're just lied to, left, right, and center. And for most of the cases, the reasons is because of money. Mostly. Right? There's power, there's control, there's manipulation, there's other things going on here and everything else, but we're not going to pack into that right now, right? For the most part is you follow the money and this just makes more money. So we're lied to left, right, and center. We've been brought up with these lies. Go into the education system. Right, we're looking at homeschooling. Homeschooling's basically illegal here in Cyprus. Illegal. And then all the research says that homeschool kids do better. Right, do way better. They need like an hour and a half of work a day and that's it. And they're doing way better than traditionally raised kids in schools. Right, but it's illegal here. Come on, man. Even socially, right? There's this myth around homeschool kids that but they don't get the socialization, and kids have to socialize. Actually, homeschool kids do better socially further down the line than kids in traditional schools. So we're lied to all the time. And often we're lied to, like, kind of sum it up, is you're lied to so you can go to uni, so you can go to get a job, and then you can pay your bills, and you can pay tax and pay into the system, and then you can consume, and you have a little bit of the time and money that you have left over, you buy things, and so you just keep putting money back into the system, and that's it. And you become a good little citizen / slave, and you do as you're told all the time, and you don't step outside of those norms. And how many people live on this loop, right? Groundhog Day. Get up, commute, go to work, 8 hours a day, commute back, go home, watch TV, scroll Instagram, whatever, go to work, repeat the next day, and so on and so on. And then the little time that they have, the little free time that they have, it's to the bar, to the pub, or it's going on the weekend, and we've got to make the most of this little time that we have. So let's spend, right? And that's it. That's pretty much life. And as men as well, right? We're also fed the lies as guys. I wouldn't say it's complete and utter lie, but you're definitely brought up in the notion that your life is about complete service for others, right? Sacrifice yourself, your own wants, needs, and desires for the sake of others, always at all times. There is no place for you and to look after yourself and to be selfish, right? Because a selfish man is not a real man. And that's why men have these midlife crises, because they suddenly realize, wait a minute, I've been sacrificing my whole life. I've been being told what to do my whole life, being told that this is what's best for me, this is what is expected of me. And everybody's still fucking me over anyway. And what do I get back? No, I don't get back nothing. I don't even get a thank you. I don't get no respect. I don't even get a thank you. In fact, I get shat on today. I get disrespect at every corner. And so, they try and live out the youth that they never had, or the experiences that they missed out on. And it looks like the guy's gone midlife crisis, he's gone crazy. No, he's just said, you know what, it's not a midlife crisis. It's a midlife awakening. That's what it is. And you get that. Maybe for some of us, it's not midlife, right? I said I had this awakening process started around 26, right? And you wake up and you realize, wow, we've been lied to here and there. I'm being told to do this. I'm being told to do that. From day one. From day one. Even my parents, God bless them. And all our parents, God bless them. They were raised in the same system under the same lies. So they passed that on to us. And you're just told what to do all the time. With this belief, with this false notion that you'll be rewarded for it. And a lot of us are realizing, what reward? We're being told if we work hard enough, we'll be successful. We're told if you be the nice guy and you take care and you do what your missus asks of you, she'll reward you and treat you real nice and all the lies, and you're realizing we ain't getting much back here. We ain't getting that many things. People, like I said, people don't even thank us. It's a thankless thing often to be a guy. And we live these boring lives and we're not getting anywhere. What am I doing slaving away 8 hours a day, turning up early sometimes, leaving late, doing extra hours, unpaid, for what? For a promotion? What promotion? Now the promotion is I have to work longer hours. I got more responsibility for what? A 3% raise? When inflation's like 15% every year at the moment, at least. That's what they friggin' tell. Well, they tell us 10. It's not even close. So we're just being bent over and no lube, just straight in, being bent over all day, every day, with no reward, man. It doesn't have to be that way. The great thing is, let's say you're going through this process and the awakening. This is a great thing. This is a beautiful thing. As painful as it can be sometimes. Sometimes it's painful to realize the lies. Sometimes it's painful to break free and separate from some of the things that have tied you down, held you down, some of the people that have held you down and so forth. Sometimes it can be painful, but ultimately it's a beautiful thing. Now you're at the state where you can start to define what life means to you and what you want to do and who you want to be and how you want to live. Instead of just being like this brain, right, NPC, brain dead, just going about things, never having an original idea or thought, never questioning things. Doesn't have to be that way. And two, some people are scared. Some people who have this awakening process, but they're scared because of what others think, right? Because, a society hates people that live outside of the norms. They hate it. Can't stand to see it. You live differently to other people. It's like a mirror on them, and it reflects on their choices, and they're real. And it's right. Misery loves company. So if they're miserable, living the way that you're expected to do, they don't want to see someone happy doing something else. So they want you to be miserable with them, right? So they're trying to bring you down, and they're trying to slag off your life choices and so on. There's one guy that I know. He used to be an old student of mine, a tennis student. I started coaching him when he was 12. He's 25 now. Must be 25. Yeah, 25. Man, he just travels around Europe in a van, jumping out of airplanes all the time. And he's doing like other crazy rock climbing and calisthenics and all this. And he's living the life. He's living the life. He said he's got like hardly a penny to his name. He just makes enough to get by. He's living the life. And I always see, because he's got quite a few followers on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff, always see comments of like, yeah, man, but when are you going to live like normally? When are you going to start growing up and all this? Bruh. And I told him, ignore that shit. Just do you. You want to do this till you're 35, 45, and that's what you want to do it. Because who cares? Who cares what everybody else thinks? Who cares what society thinks? Who cares what these brainwashed NPCs, indoctrinated morons think? Who cares? Because they don't really care about you. When we're young, we try and run around and try and impress people. That's part of the lie, right? You're told, if you do well, you become successful and you have this and you have money and you have status and yada, yada, yada. For what? To impress who? Because really, these people don't give a shit. The only times they do give a shit is when they want to see you fail anyway and see you living their life choices and being miserable with the same choices they've made. So who cares? Who cares what is defined by society as what is a good life and the proper way to live? If you're waking up, you finally get to decide that. Pick and choose what you want to keep, what you want to get rid of, who you want to be and how you want to live. Amazing. And that's the beautiful process, because if you go further enough down that line and you peel away enough of those layers, you stop giving a crap. You really do stop giving a crap, man, about what these people think and what people expect of you. Now, I'm not saying you should be completely selfish. I'm not saying that. I do think as a man, you do have duty. You should have responsibility and duty and purpose, and you should sacrifice things in your life, right? But you should do it for the things that really matter and for the people that really matter. The people closest to you and so on. But also, you need to carve out time for you. Women do it all the time, right? You should also carve out yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? They say when the plane's going down, you've got to put that gas mask on yourself first, because you can't help anyone else if you've got no oxygen, right? So you should put some time into you. Figure out, carve out moments. Let's say you're a family man. Like myself, I'm a family man, right? I've got 2 kids and a wife. I've got to try and carve out some moments for myself. I cannot be 100% giving everything, absolutely all my time, sacrificing everything and anything I want to do only for them. It's impossible, because then I'm not a good enough husband. I'm not a good enough father, right? I start getting stressed. I start getting cranky. I start getting annoyed, resentful. I need to carve out some time here and there and give back to me, so then I can come in with a full cup and give back. And also, here's one more thing, is find people who are like-minded, who are on a similar path to you. Ideally a brotherhood, at least somebody, one friend that you can relate to. Now this is getting really, really tough to do. It's hard to do in real life, right? Ideally you meet people in real life and you're just on that wavelength and you connect. It's difficult. It's unlikely you're going to really find those people. But try your best. Get out there, put yourself out there. Have these conversations. Don't be scared to bring some of these things up and your interests up and whatnot, and your quirks and everything else. The next best thing, and the easiest way to find these people, is online. It is the next best thing, and it's actually, that's the easiest way to meet people. You will find your people online. And figure I found it, and this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm creating. I'm creating that with my own group. So a little shameless plug here, right? You know, God forbid, but a little shameless plug. But I have my own men's online community. We've got like over 90 guys in there right now. And it's very much in that mindset of just basically figuring out who we are and who we want to be, and becoming in shape, and finding the relationships that we want, and the lives we want to live, and that's it. So if that's something that interests you, then that's in the links is in the, probably going to pin it in the top comment, but it's out there, man. It's out there. You can find your tribe online much easier than in real life, but try and do both. But if that resonates with you, we've got, like I said, over 90 guys in there, very much in that same mindset. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, or reply back to you. If you're new, I really, really appreciate a like and subscribe. Let's get this message out there. Let's get this message out there to people that need it, right? We all know them. We all know these guys who are struggling, or maybe they're in the process of just sort of questioning things and unraveling. Share it. Send them it. I appreciate you guys.